Morning students, this is class 12th maths lecture 21st of chapter 7th integrals. Question 14th of exercise 7.11 is integral of cos x raised to the power 5 and the limits are 0 to 2 pi. So see, there are two methods to solve this question. Either you can find the integral of cos x raised to the power 5 and then put the limits, or the easy method is that you can apply the properties of definite integrals. Now see, I am applying this property, which is integral of fx from 0 to 2a is equal to integral of fx plus f of 2a minus x from 0 to a. Here it should not be this because I have written it here already, right? So integral of fx plus f of 2a minus x, and the limits are from 0 to a. So applying this property here, now see, cos of 2a is 2 pi, right? So cos of 2 pi minus x will be cos x. So this raised to the power 5 will be cos x raised to the power 5. And fx is also cos x raised to the power 5. Therefore you will get twice of cos x raised to the power 5 from the limit 0 to pi. Right? Now the given integral has become twice of integral of cos x raised to the power 5 from 0 to pi. Now again in this integral, applying this property, this can be written as integral of fx from 0 to a, because 2a is pi, therefore a will be pi by 2, plus integral of f of 2a minus x, that is, in place of x you have to write pi minus x, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 2. Now this will be same, plus integral of, see, cos pi minus x is minus cos x, and minus cos x raised to the power 5 will be minus cos x raised to the power 5, right? So because the limits are same, we can add these two, but these two terms will get cancelled with each other, therefore you will get the answer as 0, and therefore this given integral, which is twice of this, will be 2 into 0, and 2 into 0 is 0, therefore the value of the given integral will be 0. Question number 16th is integral of log of 1 plus cos x, and the limits are from 0 to pi. Let this given integral be as equal to I. Now applying the property, I is also equal to integral of log 1 plus cos, in place of x write down pi minus x, right? And the limits are same from 0 to pi. Now see, 0 to pi integral of log 1. Now cos pi minus x is minus cos x, right? Now add these two, so you will get 2i equal to integral of log 1 plus cos x plus log 1 minus cos x, which is log m into n. So log m into n from the limits 0 to pi. Now this 1 plus cos x into 1 minus cos x will be 1 minus cos square x, and 1 minus cos square x can be written as sin square x, right? So this 2i will be equal to, now this log sin square x can be written as 2 outside 2 log sin x. So 2 log sin x, and the limits are from 0 to pi, right? Now cancel out this 2, so I will be equal to integral of log sin x, and the limits are from 0 to pi. Now applying the the property which we applied in the previous question, this can be equal to integral of log sin x 0 to pi by 2 plus integral of log sin 2a minus x. Here a is pi by 2, so 2a will be this pi. So log sin pi minus x, and the limits are from 0 to pi by 2, right? Now sin pi minus x is sin x, therefore you will get I is equal to twice of integral of log sin x from the limit 0 to pi by 2. and I've told you how to solve this integral in the previous lecture, right? Now the next question is, show integral of fx into gx from the limit 0 to a is equal to twice of integral of fx from 0 to a when it is given that fx is equal to f of a minus x and gx plus g of a minus x is equal to 4. Let the given integral be as equal to I and let this complete be as 1. Now see, this I is also equal to I integral of f of a minus x into g of a minus x, right? The limits are same, 0 to a. Now see, this f of a minus x, in the question it is given this is equal to f of x, and this g of a minus x, it is equal to 4 minus gx, right? Now multiply these two or add these two. Now this will be 2i equal to, because the limits are same, we can add these two functions. Now see, integral of fx into gx plus 4 into fx minus fx into gx. Now this will get cancelled. So you will get I as equal to 4 upon 2 integral of fx from 0 to a, which will be twice of integral of fx from 0 to a, which we wanted to prove. Clear? Question number 20th is, integral of x cube plus x cos x plus 10x raised to the power 5 plus 1 from the limits minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is given. Now see, let this integral be as equal to I. Now I have told you, when the limits are of this type, minus a to a, then first of all check the function if it is even or odd. But now in this case, if you will check the function, that is in place of x, when you will put minus x, you will get that this function is neither an even function nor an odd function, right? Therefore we will apply this property, which is integral of fx from a to b is equal to integral of f of a plus b minus x, that is f of sum of the limits minus x. Now here see, the sum of the limits will be 0 minus x. So in place of this fx, we will find f of minus x. This I is also equal to integral of, in place of x just put minus x cube minus x cos x. Why? Because in place of x you will get minus x, and cos of minus x is equal to cos x. Now minus 10x raised to the power 5 plus 1 will remain as it is, right? Now add these two, because you can see when we will add these two, x cube will get cancelled. These two term will also get cancelled, and similarly these also. You'll just get 1 plus 1, 2, right? So 2i is equal to integral of 2 minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now take out 2 common. Integral of 1 is x. Limits are these. Cancel out 2 and put these limits, pi by 2 minus pi by 2. So you'll get the answer as pi. Clear? Now I will give you hints for the miscellaneous exercise questions. Question number first is 1 upon x minus x cube. So we will do this question by the partial fraction, because you can see the function given is a rational function. Now take out x common from both of these terms. You will get this. Now this 1 minus x square can be written as 1 minus x into 1 plus x. And now this function by the partial fraction can be written as a by x plus b upon 1 minus x plus c upon 1 plus x. Right? Compare the coefficients of these two, get the values of a, b and c, and then solve it. Now second question is 1 upon root x plus a plus root x plus b. Now this term which is in the denominator, we do not know the integral of this. Therefore rationalize this function with root x plus a minus root x plus b. Right? Rationalize this function with this term. Now when you will multiply these two, you will get x plus a minus x minus b. That is, you will get in the denominator a minus b, which is constant. Take it out from the integral, and now you have to find the integral of this root x plus a, and integral of this root x plus b, which can be easily calculated. Yes, now see question number 4th. This is an important question. It is integral of 1 upon x square into x raised to the power 4 plus 1 raised to the power 3 by 4. Now see, in these type of questions you can see the power is 3 by 4. So take out x raised to the power 4 common from both of these terms. When you will take x raised to the power 4 common, you will get x raised to the power 4 into, this will become 1 and this will become 1 upon x raised to the power 4, right? Now this x square as it is, this will be x raised to the power 4 into 3 by 4, and 1 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 4 raised to the power 3 by 4. See why we have taken x raised to the power 4 common. Now this 4 will get cancelled, right? And you will get x cube, and x cube into x square is x raised to the power 5 into this term as it is. Now we have to find the integral of this function. In this you can see here, this is x raised to the power minus 4, and integral of x raised to the power minus 4 is minus 4 upon x raised to the power 5 into dx equal to dt. And you can see this 1 upon x raised to the power 5 exists in the integrand, right? Therefore we have changed the given function in terms of this function. Clear? So the function will now become, in place of 1 plus 1 upon x raised to the power 4 whole raised to the power 3 by 4, you will get 1 plus t whole raised to the power 3 by 4, and in place of this 1 upon x raised to the power 5 into dx, you will get dt upon minus 4. Now minus 1 by 4 as it is, this will be integral of 1 plus t raised to the power minus 3 by 4, and integral of this will be 1 plus t raised to the power minus 3 by 4 plus 1, which is 1 by 4. Divide it also by 1 by 4 plus c. Now this 1 by 4 will get cancelled. You'll get minus 1 plus, in place of t, we have assumed this. So write down in place of t 1 upon x raised to the power 4 whole raised to the power 1 by 4 plus c. Clear? Now question number 8 is very simple. As you know that the inverse of exponential function is logarithmic function. Therefore e raised to the power log x is equal to x. So first of all write down this as e raised to the power log x raised to the power 5. Right? Why? Because 5 log x can be written as log x raised to the power 5. Similarly this will be log x raised to the power 4, and similarly this will be e raised to the power log x cube, and this will be e raised to the power log x square, right? Now because inverse of exponential function is logarithmic function, therefore you will get this as x raised to the power 5 minus x raised to the power 4 upon x cube minus x square. From both of these terms we can take out x raised to the power 4 common, and from these take out x square common. You will get the left terms as these, cancel out this, and also x raised to the power 4 upon x square will be x square. So this function has been reduced into the function x square. Now you know the integral of x square. Question number 10th. The given function is sin x raised to the power 8 minus cos x raised to the power 8 upon 1 minus 2 sin square x into cos square x. So we will apply trigonometric identities here to solve this function and to make it in a simple function. So see, this is a square minus b square, where a will be sin x raised to the power 4 and b will be cos x raised to the power 4. So it can be written as sin x raised to the power 4 plus cos x raised to the power 4 into sin x raised to the power 4 minus cos x raised to the power 4, denominator as it is. Now see, this can be written as sin square x plus cos square x whole square minus 2 into sin square x into cos square x. Why this is so? Because square of this will be sin x raised to the power 4 plus cos x raised to the power 4 plus 2 sin square x into cos square x, which is not here, therefore subtract with this term, right? And this sin x raised to the power 4 minus cos x raised to the power 4 can again written as sin square x minus cos square x into sin square x plus cos square x, denominator as it is. Now see, we know this is 1, this is 1 square, which is 1 minus this term, and the same term exists in the denominator also, and this is sin square x minus cos square x. Now see, this will get cancelled, 1 minus 2 sin square x into cos square x, and this is nothing but minus cos 2x, because cos 2x is cos square x minus sin square x, therefore this will be minus cos 2x. Now you know the integral of cos 2x, right? So the rest of the questions you have to try by yourself, right? So your homework is you have to do up to question number 12 of miscellaneous. Okay, thank you.